Welcome back to Open Line. We're going to play lightning round in this last segment here. Try to get as many calls as we can here talking about mass transit and the Let's Move Nashville plan with the folks from the Transit for Nashville Coalition. Let's hop to William. You've been hanging on there. Hi, William.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Try to get through your question or comment pretty quickly here.
I've been in Nashville all my life. Basically, from childhood. I was here when the L&C Tower was the tallest building, and basically the comment I have is simple. Man, from the time that I've been in, since I've been here, it's been a nightmare. They built 440, it didn't work. They still spending money on this transit thing. It's not going to work. We all know it. The BRTs are set to help people. They only make some specific stops. Then we have the midnight bus runs. That didn't work. I mean, it's just nonstop, and they keep adding. They want to add more money into something new they think is going to work. And let's be honest, in a couple of years from now, after it's built, it'll be the same thing. We'll still be spending money going nowhere. They're like spending your tires. So personally, I'm not going to vote for it, and I would encourage anybody not to vote for this plan because I can't see where it's going to do us any good.
Well, I appreciate hearing your viewpoint, William. If we had more time, I would say, well, what will work? Because we do have to come up with a solution. Even the folks from No Tax for Track say, we have a problem, we need a solution. They just don't like this solution. Let's go to Faith. Faith is on the line. Hi, Faith.
Hello.
Hi, go ahead.
My question is about the light rail, scheduled to go down streets like Nolensville Road. How is this going to affect the property of the businesses and homeowners who live along those routes? Are they going to lose some of their property?
Fantastic question, Faith. Thank you.
D?
Yeah. What's the answer to that, guys?
Well, as I understand it, the plan is designed to work with the businesses to make sure that the businesses are not disrupted, in losing.
Will it take some of that easement, or what's because it's not going in our traffic lanes?
I'm not sure. I would need to defer that to the engineers exactly how they're going to work that out. But it is not everything that I've read and everything that I've been told in the plan it does not call for people to be displaced.
Okay.
And I agree with that. I think what we've heard, and now I'll be very fast on this one, is that is they're going to have to go down and they're going to have to acquire those easements and right-of-ways, and so that hasn't been done yet.
Okay. Okay. Let's hop to Troy. Troy, you with us still?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, great. If you could be fast, go ahead and ask your question or comment.
Yeah. One thing I have to add to that is you said you're not sure if it's going to take part of the easement. You've got to defer to the engineers. I'm an engineer. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that's going to take away property. They're not going to take up the middle of the road. They've got to go somewhere with it. So it's going to take up part of the business property. Number two, you want a solution, you're going to have to do more like Austin did. I worked for Dell for 10 years while they were up here. Used to fly down there all the time. Their solution to it, double-decker interstate. You're not going to get rid of vehicles on the interstates right now with a light rail system. Nobody's going to give up driving their car to get on a light rail system. Everybody's going to continue driving their car. So you've got to come up with a solution that's going to take care of that right there. A light rail won't do it. Go up. You can't go out. We've went out about as far as we can go. Now we need to go up. And that took care of tremendous issues in Austin.
It's a very interesting perspective. I do like hearing from people from other cities who have been through this journey before. Troy, thank you for calling in. Any thoughts on this?
Well, we get the benefit of learning from other cities the successes that they've had and the mistakes that they've made so that we don't make the same mistakes. And we've done a lot of planning and looking at other cities to learn from what they have done.
And we've looked at cities like Denver, Washington D.C., Minneapolis, Salt Lake City, Seattle, Los Angeles, and places like that. And light rail does work in those areas where they brought it in. They have experienced little or no growth in gridlock, giving people choices. If you have a choice when you leave Nashville at 5 o'clock and you're going to Murfreesboro, okay, and you want to spend 2 hours in traffic or you want to get down there in 20 minutes, it's your decision that you make.
Sure.
And many will decide to drive it. but there will be many people that will take transportation that'll get them there quicker, faster. Light rail is going to be the answer to that.
And we were talking about this during the break. Any change in any area of life is hard. People don't necessarily like change. It's just us humans. But this is a change with a lot of question marks still, a big price tag, and it's going to take a long time to see what happens, to see it kind of come to fruition.
Some of us guys that grew up in the car culture are going to have a hard time with it.
Yeah.
I think others that are the millennials and the folks that are younger that aren't tied to cars like we were growing up, they're going to have an easier time with this.
But I would say, after this passes on May 1st, we still have the opportunity to shape how this looks. This conversation, the real work begins on May 2nd for how all of this is going to play out. Right now, if we don't vote this up, then there's nothing to consider. Once we do, then the real planning begins.
Okay. I have one more question, but I'm going to save it because I want to go to Joe real quick here. Where are you, Joe? Right here. Hi, Joe.
Hey.
Hey, can you be real quick first? We're running short on time.
Okay, I will. First of all, I want to say thank you for opening up this discussion. Obviously, the traffic problem, it's transparent. Our concern outside of Nashville Common is that those of us inside of Davidson County but outside the city know that our taxes will increase because of the push to alleviate the traffic problems in the city. Every other metropolitan city that I know of that's been successful in relieving their traffic woes charge fees to park at the rail station. And I can't believe that the county of Davidson County doesn't charge fees to park at the rail station, because it'll lessen the tax burden.
Well, let me see if that's been considered.
City. It'll lessen the tax burden on outside of the city.
I haven't seen that in anything I've read. Not that any part of the plan is engraved in rock, because there's obviously some flexibility. But the amount of money we're talking to build this system would not be funded through parking fees, and I think it's a great idea. I think anything we could come up with that would create some flow and some stream, but we have to actually attach the funding to certain designated funding sources, and we've done that, and that would not be a funding source that would be recognized.
Okay, fair enough. Joe, thank you for calling in with that. We're going to come back and wrap things up. Don't go anywhere.